The NBA on NBC is brought to you by Nissan, built for the human race. By the good tires, good service, and good people at your nearby Goodyear retailer. And by Coors Light, the one that won't slow you down. The Silver Bullet is the right beer now.
Welcome back to Boston as we run down the starting lineups. First for the visiting Philadelphia 76ers, who come in with a record of 35-28 in the backcourt. The veteran Ricky Green, along with three-year pro Hersey Hawkins. Up front, Armin Gilliam and Sir Charles Barkley. And at the center position, in his 11th year out of Hampton Institute, Rick Mahorn. The Philadelphia 76ers, coached by Jim Lynam in his third year as head man of the 76ers. For the Boston Celtics, at 48-17, they've won 6 of their last 7. A backcourt of Brian Shaw and Reggie Lewis, Larry Bird, and Kevin Gamble are up front. The center is Robert Parrish. And in his first season as head coach of the Celtics, Chris Ford. Now to a man celebrating St. Patrick's Day in low-key fashion, one who has always understated the moment in an Irish frame of mind. Here's Ahmad Rashad.
Mark, what better place to be on St. Patrick's Day but here in the Garden? Now let me tell you about some injuries. The Sixers are fine, and talking about the Celtics, a couple of bad ankles. Brian Shaw's ankle, he's not 100%, but he will play. Kevin McHale will not play. He re-aggravated the ankle on Friday, didn't practice yesterday, came out today. The ankle was too stiff. They decided to let him sit it out and hope that it gets better. We got a lot more stuff going on, and I'll get back with you during the course of the game. Mark?
All right, Ahmad, Kevin McHale was not himself struggling with that sprained ankle that he injured in mid-February in Seattle. Played 23 minutes on Friday night on the victory over the Washington Bullets and did not pull down a rebound.
Well, you could see him before the game warming up. He just wasn't ready.
Hugh Evans, Bennett Salvatore, and Greg Willard are the officials as the Boston Celtics control the tap. Friday night in Landover, Celtics, after getting through a slow start, Larry Bird in particular opening up in slow fashion, went on to beat the Bullets 94-86, a game that saw Bernard King sit out with a injured back. Oh, nice spin by Gilliam. And the 76ers take a 2-0 lead. Philadelphia's last game, Friday night at home, they defeated Miami 105-103 in overtime. Bird dishes to Parrish, and he's rejected by Barkley. I asked Charles last night, how tall are you? A constant subject of conversation. He said 6'5". Illegal defense on the Celtics. Do you think he's 6'5"? He may be
6'5" with great explosiveness. Watch him rotate, block the shot right there. He's a phenomenon to see his body size, body type, and then the things that he can do on the basketball. You just shake your head and say, I can't believe it.
Here's Gilliam. And rebounded by Barkley. He was stripped and fouled. It's called on Lewis, so the 76ers will put it in play. We're just getting underway. Bird on the steal. And here comes Brian Shaw. We'll see quite a bit of Dee Brown, who comes off an excellent West Coast trip. Kevin Gamble, who leads the NBA in field goal percentage, better than 60%, but recently has not been getting his shots. Hawkins from downtown, and Bird on the rebound.
Well, he hasn't been getting shots because he hasn't been playing that many minutes recently. The reason that the defensive end of the floor, the matchups have caused him problems in the last couple games, so his minutes have been reduced. Chris Ford has gone with the bigger lineup.
And Gamble right back to it, rebounded by Lewis. Celtics with a 4-2 lead.
This is going to be a problem today for the 76ers. They are not a real good rebounding team. 24th overall in the NBA in team rebounding.
76ers have had a grueling week. Last Tuesday in Atlanta, they came from behind, beat the Atlanta Hawks in double overtime. Wednesday back home, lost to the Knicks. Friday night, they win in overtime at home against Miami. 24-second buzzer goes off, but Hersey Hawkins able to beat it, and we're tied at 4.
And that's one of the things that too many times has Gamble commits the offensive foul. Charles Barkley already with the rejection and picking up a charge, working at the defensive end. Sir Charles moving his feet, anticipating the move back to the middle, waiting for him there as Gamble runs over him. But we were saying one of the reasons they've been having problems scoring is the fact that the shot clock has gone down inside 5 so many times for the 76ers.
Mulhorn backing Bird. And Parrish off the board. Now Bird met by Gilliam. Mulhorn pushing through the screen and switches off. And Parrish was shoved. Armin Gilliam called on the foul.
If Bird decides that he's going to come off this pick and roll quickly, then they will trap it, double team him, and start rotating the 76ers. That time, just by holding the ball, they switched on it. There really was no pick and roll action that time.
Bird off the fake, beats Gilliam. Celtics 6, 76ers 4.
That's a tough matchup right there. Who's going to guard Bird for the 76ers?
Hersey Hawkins from downtown leads the NBA in three-point accuracy. So Barkley go for the steal. Boston with the numbers. Bird fires. Yes! Celtics lead 8-4.
If Bird gets it going early, he'll get this entire crowd involved in the game that much sooner, and then they play so well at home once that happens.
Talking about that last night with Armin Gilliam, he said the important thing is that the Celtics do not get off to the fast start in the first quarter. Barkley lost it.
Once he puts it on the floor, the Celtics will come with help.
Parrish didn't realize where he was. He thought he was further out. Ricky Green on the pull-up. And Brian Shaw finds Kevin Gamble. Back for Bird. Ricky Mulhorn able to strip it.
Mulhorn really trying to push the transition game right now, knowing that they need some easy scores, and Sir Charles answers with the baseline jumper.
So the Celtics with an 8-6 lead. Barkley's first field goal. Charles Barkley comes in averaging 28.5 per game. That's number 3 in the NBA behind Michael Jordan and Bernard King. Larry Bird has hit 3 out of 5. Celtics 10, 76ers 6. Gilliam posting up on Bird. Hawkins. Oh, he whipped right by Parrish. Hersey Hawkins going to the left hand on the drive.
And he is one of the players that you can see each year. He's tried to add a little bit to his game, putting it on the floor. Something new for Hersey. Normally a standstill jump shooter.
Mulhorn over to help out. And the foul has been called. Yes, Hersey Hawkins came on strong in the second half of last season. Charles Barkley said he was the key to the Sixers' success. Strong bounce back from that poor playoff performance against the Knicks in his rookie year.
And he mentioned to us yesterday that one of the things he's had to do is really adjust his game with Johnny Dawkins going down. He had a lot of spot-up, standstill shots with Dawkins who could really create. With Green in there, who has speed and quickness in the open floor, it's a little bit different in the half-court area. He doesn't break it down as much off the dribble.
And Ricky Green handles against Brian Shaw. At 36 years old, Ricky Green, the oldest regular starting point guard in NBA history. Green with the assist as Hawkins was able to hit to bring the Sixers within 2. Lewis on a quick release. Reggie Lewis provides a 14-10 Boston advantage. Barkley looking to go one-on-one. They double up. Hawkins. Hawkins able to slither in, but Parrish was there. Barkley converting on the follow. Boston 14 and Philadelphia 12.
The difference that time, the Celtics in transition right there. Turn it over by Shaw. I was saying the difference last time down the floor for the 76ers, they got into their set play routine with 19 seconds left on the shot clock by pushing it back quickly.
Larry Bird called for that reach-in foul. Timeout called. We'll be back in Boston in a moment. Well, for those of you who missed some of the action from last night, Chicago made it 7 straight wins. Michael Jordan with 37 points. It was Detroit knocking off Orlando, 21 apiece for Vinnie Johnson and Joe Dumars. New Jersey with the victory over struggling Washington. Career win number 800 for Bill Fitch. 242 of those wins with Boston. Phoenix over Atlanta. Dominique with 29. Kevin Johnson at 27. Sacramento defeats San Antonio. Sacramento stopping a 7-game losing streak. So Utah and San Antonio now in a virtual tie for first in the Midwest. San Antonio on top by percentage points. And it was Golden State knocking off Dallas 117-105. Mitch Richmond led the way for the Warriors with 36 points. Well, the Sixers off to a 6-13 from the field. Boston 6-for-11, led by Bird and Lewis. 6 points apiece. Sixers put the ball down by 2. And Parrish able to rebound the miss by Gilliam. Both clubs remaining the same following the timeout. Boston Celtics have won 6 of the last 7, 8 of their last 10. Parrish. And the horn on the rebound. Here comes Green. Boston again able to get back. Hawkins with the opening. Percy Hawkins ties it at 14. Gilliam right up on Bird. Lewis backing Hawkins. Reggie Lewis has 8. Celtics lead it by 2. Barkley from downtown.
We asked Charles yesterday, why have your three-point attempts gone up this year as compared to last year? He said, well, people are backing off me more, and if I get my feet set, I'm going to make that three-point shot. He hit 2 big ones against Atlanta the other night in that double overtime win. He feels confident shooting it.
And he pointed out that he feels more confident shooting from a set position rather than off the dribble. Room for Ricky Green.
Along the lines of Magic Johnson, he's more of a push-type shooter than a spring jump-type shooter.
Boston has hit a cold spell. 76ers with a 1-point lead. 4.5 remaining in this first quarter.
This is the play now where they isolate against Boston, force the double team to come. The question is, when will they come? Right now with Shaw.
And Hawkins given the opening. And hits from downtown. So you gamble on the double team. You have to do it against Barkley, but it left Percy Hawkins with the room.
The decision is, do you leave Green open or do you leave Hawkins open? And as Brian Shaw misses the jumper right there, they're telling you that for now it's going to be Percy Hawkins because Green has killed him in past games.
Sixers with a 4-point lead. Pretty pass. Gilliam taking it from Barkley. And Chris Ford not happy about what he is viewing here as the Sixers have jumped to a 22-16 lead off 8 consecutive points. Nice backdoor pass. Parrish finding Shaw. And the Sixers now lead it by 4.
Both teams really looking inside the lane area for players back cutting, trying to find their open teammates. Good ball movement early. Again, the isolation, trying to draw the double team. Problem is, if you don't come early enough, he's going to split you as he did just then for the score.
9 points for Charles Barkley. Here's Bird off the back dribble. And here come the Sixers, led by Hawkins. Off the acceleration, he took a bump. And it's Salvatore with the foul call.
Charles Barkley, in the isolation, will demand a double team. Look for the Celtics to come over, and now everyone spots up in their respective areas on the ball movement around the horn. You're going to see it in the far corner.
And Parrish on the rebound. Pete Brown is getting set to check in for the first time. It will be Philadelphia ball. 2:47 remaining in the first quarter. The Sixers lead it by 6 points.
Sometimes I dream I'm in.
Mike, for the Boston Celtics, this successful season has been a combination of sound planning, fortunate circumstance, plus a little bit of Celtic luck. A bunch of pieces that all fit in place to complete the puzzle.
Yes, it's been a remarkable series of events. In last year's playoffs, up 2 games, the Celtics lose 3 straight to the Knicks and are eliminated in the first round. Head coach Jimmy Rogers is fired. Dave Gavitt is brought in as senior executive vice president. His first move?